There's been a ton of new S dragons that dropped, and the meta has shifted. Dragons that were considered the best before are now falling off. With all this change, it's time to update our previous list. So here's the new and updated top 10 best dragons on Summon Dragons 2. But real quick, if you want to support the channel or are new to Summon Dragons 2, please consider downloading the game using my special download link in the description. Number 10. Binyu still holds strong as a viable carry with little investment. His capability to ignore the enemy's defense makes his damage consistent against all enemies no matter how high their defense is. He is outclassed by most of the Enlightened dragons, but comparing them gives Binyu a clear lead on return versus investment, and that's why Binyu made it to number 10 on the list. Number 9. Proteus is what I like to call a key dragon, or basically a dragon whose mere presence unlocks the strategy for your desired team. In this case, Proteus is the key to unlocking your rogue dragon's true potential. His Thorns buff makes all your rogues exponentially stronger, so every upgrade into Proteus is actually an upgrade into all your rogue dragons, thus why Proteus is number 9. Number 8. Arion Despoina is another key dragon, the key to unlocking the full damage of your fellow summoners. Not every dragon's uses were obvious from the start. This is why these dragons were previously ranked poorly. However, this hidden gem of a talent passively gives all summoned dragons a 50% attack boost and 50% HP boost. Even our strongest summoners can benefit from this, making Despoina and Arion perfect for number 8. Number 7. Argus is one of those explosive DPS that can just drop loads of damage. With no enlightenment path to fill out, it won't take much to get your Argus to the point he's just one-shotting dragons with no effort. He also doesn't need synergy to shine, he just comes out of the gate blasting, and that's why the number 7 spot on the list is reserved for Argus. Number 6. Hephaestus still stands as the most OP arena tank. Out of every dragon, he's the tankiest of them all. Ignoring death like it doesn't exist and knocking down foes with the tail swipe is all Hephaestus needs to land you a top rank in arena. You can't even fight him or else he turns your damage back on you, and that gets Hephaestus the number 6 spot on the list. Number 5. Garuda's intense flurry of AoE spin attacks coupled with extensive lifesteal is a combination that spells disaster for the enemy. Not even with the help of his team, he can take down hordes from summoners or easily bash down the rogues. He's truly intense, and when you think of badass dragons, maybe Garuda isn't the first that comes to mind, but I will personally vouch for him being an absolute beast, and that's why Garuda made it onto the list at number 5. Number 4. Horus has something not often seen in idle RPGs like this. He's got an ability you can unlock through Enlightenment that removes the 5 dragon limit from PvP and allows Horus to accompany your team as the 6th dragon. He's already an essential support with all the best attack and defense buffs, not to mention his sole purpose is to heal. He's easily the best support, and that's why Horus is number 4. Number 3. Anubis is a prime recipient for the summoner key dragon we discussed earlier. By exploding the additional units your other summoners produce, he can amass huge damage with their sacrifice. So Anubis being buffed by Arion Despoina actually has a cascading effect. For dragons with high summon count like Aranis and Shai Sarah, this strategy allows them to shine. And nothing's more beautiful than when your dragons achieve perfect synergy, and that's why Anubis is number 3 on the list. Number 2. Fornax is not only the key dragon to unlocking the true potential of Cornelian mage teams, but he himself is a major source of damage. 4-digit multipliers being thrown around like hotcakes, explosions all over the screen for massive damage. This dragon is not only incredibly powerful, but flashy while he's doing it. Anytime I bring up the best dragons, people are always sure to remind me that Fornax is not one to pass over, and that's how he landed number 2 on the list. Which leads me to number 1. Yanuo enthusiasts and haters alike all know one thing for certain. Yanuo is OP. Before Yanuo was released, Hades was widely regarded as the top DPS in the game. A dragon doing billions of damage in a game where the others do millions is clearly the best dragon. That's when suddenly the release of several buffs and new dragons tilted the tables. Yanuo was one dragon created to do billions of damage with little investment. And with one of the easier build paths, he is available to everyone, and that's why of all the dragons, Yanuo is the number 1 best dragon in Summon Dragons 2.